Dhiantha has always been an artistic child. She's always been creative.
She's multifaceted. She's a multi-talented girl.
This is great, yeah? Just check it. Yeah.
This is the beer.
My name's Dhiantha and I customize sneakers.
Dhiantha's a very friendly person. She's quite approachable.
Very self-contained person.
Growing up, I was pretty introverted. I'm a quiet person.
In spite of that, she seemed to have a wide circle of friends. She's quite socially well-liked.
She's always been really arty. She's super sweet and super thoughtful.
Dhiantha has always been an artistic child. She's always been creative. Probably from the time she was about 2-3 years old and she could hold a pen in her hand, she's been drawing.
I'd always draw on things, the walls, paper, mostly paper. I kept it to paper.
I suppose from a very young age, she's had this talent in art. It runs in the family.
I've also grown up in a very creative family, so I'm not the first person to draw. My aunt's a fashion designer, my uncle's an architect, all my little cousins draw. It's definitely something that's a basis for our family. Art is a huge part of it.
She knew what she wanted to do very early in life because as young as grade 10, she was involved in some projects involving some artwork.
She made the high school jacket, and that became the jacket for the year, I believe. So yeah, I think that set her on her way on this whole graphic journey. She's been making gifts and drawings ever since I remember, I believe.
As much as drawing is one of her passions, her career focus has been architecture.
My favorite subjects at school were art, and the next one up was science. So trying to find a middle ground between them, architecture was my natural choice.
She's probably recognized the desire or need to do architecture.
She's multifaceted. She's a multi-talented girl.
I started doing these shoes for my friends.
It was just a really great surprise. For my 21st birthday, she popped over to my house and gave me this pair of custom tummies.
I wanted to give them something that was special.
She was always into personalized gifts. From the time she was a little girl, she'd make you a personalized card, gifts very personally.
My friends really loved the shoes when they got them. They're very receptive to things that are a bit out there, a bit quirky. It was like, oh, this is so cool, it's from you, it's personal, no one else has them.
Oh, I absolutely love mine. I wear them all the time. I think they're beautiful.
I actually have 2 pairs. I made her do, it was a floral one and like a henna type as well. It was actually amazing.
Started the business laced, I believe, more by accident than by choice. I think shoes took off, everybody seems to like it.
They were so popular that whoever was seeing these shoes wanted a pair for themselves or someone that they knew.
So I said, why don't you start it as a business, like just a part-time thing?
Within a very short space of time, it just became so hugely popular.
I think the social media really set it on its way.
I think she was quite inundated with requests at the beginning.
Once I started putting these things up on Instagram, which is my main marketing platform, it started gaining a lot of attention, and that's how it started rolling as a business before I even knew it was a business. I started Laced in April last year, and since then it's grown on its own. It's definitely its own animal.
It seemed to come from nowhere. It started to develop at a rate that we didn't expect.
I never in a million years thought that it would take off this well. Why did I call it laced? It's funny. Well, the real reason was that my little caption or slogan is a little something extra. So basically it means that I'm taking something plain and I'm adding something a little bit extra to it. So it's kind of like how you would lace something with just adding a little something extra to it to give it a pop or something interesting.
She's found a way to take her creativity and put it into her sneakers, into her creations.
Architecture is an extremely demanding career. From campus all the way to working environment, we're constantly under pressure.
You're working all the time and sometimes you just get too tired.
It's not uncommon when she's working on these shoes and even on her projects at university for her to pull an entire night.
I can't get up in the morning, do shoes, go to varsity, come home and do shoes. It's impossible. I have to do shoes for one day and then I know it's done. Then I do varsity for one day and I know it's done.
She has complained that she's worried that she's not going to have enough time for the sneakers and she wants to expand the business. And yes, her architectural studies are demanding on her. It's a challenge for any young entrepreneur to find the time between what your career is and what your passion is.
I think it comes down to a lot of time management and balancing those two.
It's never easy as an architect. I know she puts a lot of time and work and effort into those shoes.
If you're too busy at varsity, you just have to be honest with your clients and say, I can't do this pair for you, can we move it to this date, or work out an agreement with them. More often than not, the clients are happy to say, no, whenever you're ready. They're very accommodating. I have the best clients.
She has this ability to manage herself very well and to manage her time, even if it means going up the whole night. I don't even know if I can do that, but she does it very well.
As I've grown, especially since the business has grown, I've learned how to manage my time a bit better.
She's a very calm person, generally. It's inspiring that she can actually stay so calm when she has so much to deliver in a short space of time.
I've never seen her really burst under it. She's quite strong at handling pressure well.
She just copes with highly, highly tense environments.
I think the degree that she is doing has trained her to work very well under pressure. We always knew that Dhiantha was artistic and creative, but Dhiantha, the entrepreneur, is something new. And we're very proud and excited for her.
So it's quite surprising. It's, for somebody that was initially introverted, that she's actually come out of her shell. And maybe the creativity has actually helped towards that. She was able to express herself and people actually saw that. It's a very bespoke product. It's custom made for every single customer, based on, for instance, the customer's personality. She incorporates a lot of skills that she's picked up with architecture in terms of satisfying the client.
Most of my shoes, they're more like gifts. Even though I will get paid for them and I do charge a rate, they're more like I want to get to know the person, I want to get to know the client, so I can make them something that they immediately connect with. Everything that I do is hand-drawn, so I don't use any kind of digital stuff. I think in terms of the designs, a lot of sneaker customizers are men, they're guys. So their designs are very masculine and like macho and stuff like that. Since I'm a girl, everything is a bit more delicate, it's a bit more detailed, and that's what probably attracts my market.
There's a lot of guys out there doing custom tackies, but I think her style and her passion and her dedication to it is what really makes it sing.
So this is my workshop. I work from home, so anywhere around the house usually where I can find a space to work is where I work. If I have a blank pair of shoes like these, I generally draw a pencil mock-up of the design like this. And to get to this stage, what I do is I create a little template on tracing paper. Because more often than not, the shoes have to be identical. And then I cut out the picture so that you get something like that, which gives me a rough idea of the shapes, if anything, so that they look the same. After that, it's just a process of detailing with pencil. So you end up with a design that looks something like this. So after that, I will ink the drawing so that you get something like this. After adding in paint and color, you end up with an end product, which looks something like this. I use fabric paints, so I don't use any sealants because I feel like the shoe gets a bit hard and shiny, and I don't really like the effect that it has on the paint. It tends to bleed a bit. For this particular shoe, I'm doing a repeat order of what I've done before, so I'm focusing on the psychedelic design that I've done. Okay, so that's a finished inking. A rough idea what an inked shoe would look like. Because this is a pen-based shoe, I just add in colors.
She got into the field that she thoroughly enjoys. And I think that is the reason that she works so hard and she is so passionate and so committed. It's because she's doing what she really loves. When Dhiantha is in her workspace, she goes into her own element. She can sit for hours at a time, head bent over the desk.
Once you're done inking, like for example, this one is done primarily with pen, but this is a painted, finished end product.
So she can really sit for hours and hours working on a pair of shoes until she is satisfied that they are perfect. And it's always brought her tremendous pleasure.
The skull part here is done in a similar way to the psychedelic ones, where it's done mostly with pen, but the roses on the side here are all painted. So I'm going to start adding in some color with paint. If I mess it up, I start from scratch. If it's really bad, if it's not so bad and I can save it, then I will try and save it. But if it's a major mistake, then I will start again and just have to absorb the cost of the shoe.
In the water.
Shoes. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
So these are different.
Yeah. This is a new shoe.
Type of
Yeah. It's a different type of shoe. It's not the usual one with laces and stuff.
Okay. Well, what's the connection between the two?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
it's
the
a sea.
beach. Yeah, and then the reflection in the sunglasses.
Okay, that's so clever.
I was walking through the Durban iHeart Market and I happened to see some of her sneakers there. And immediately I fell in love. I mean, here was someone with so young and so much talent doing these amazing signature pieces. And I just knew that I had to use it for something.
I did the iHeart Market in August of last year, and that was my first one, and it was a great experience. It was definitely a lot of prep work. It was a huge rush. It was the biggest amount of shoes I've ever done. I think I did 14 pairs for that market. These were for the hurricane shoes, these were for the trees, and this was for the straight shooter shoes. These were all sort of done around the same time for the first iHeart Market that I did, so this was the prep that I did for it.
She's had several features in newspapers. She's appeared in the Sunday Tribune. She had the cover page of the magazine, as well as an article inside. She appeared in the Sunday Times twice. She was invited to Design in Durban.
Design in Durban was a lot of pressure. Didn't know what to expect. It's in a completely different place, so you had to be prepared from the get-go. From leaving here at the airport, you had to have everything ready. Predicting what to expect there was the toughest part. Actually being there was just like this huge rush. There was something happening all the time, and it was an amazing experience.
There were some very important clients there. She did a photo shoot with Mercedes-Benz. She even made the Cape Times when she was there. So she's appeared in magazines, online publications. She's been interviewed online. There's been so much. It's just been phenomenal.
We're not a family that's in the public eye all the time, so it's a little bit overwhelming at times for us.
One of the projects or one of the clients I have at the moment is Moyo, which is a restaurant in Durban and a bar that sits at the end of this really long pier on South Beach. They want to display the shoes up in the store. Painting this building on a pair of shoes is something that's special because of the beach, and I also love the beach. I love going there, I love looking at the building, especially when there's a sunset or a sunrise. You get this really nice light coming through it, and I'm hoping to capture the essence of that and of Durban and the beach all in this little pair of shoes that I'll be presenting to them.
I feel that just the talent alone, that skill alone, will actually see her through many projects.
Is the shoes for Moyo. So I'm super excited to do these, and they look plain now, but I'm going to work on them, and when you see them the next time, they're going to have something amazing on them. It's a huge opportunity, and I'm really, really excited for it. I'm here this morning at Durban's Moyo on the pier to do my pair of sneakers for the restaurant. Moyo is one of the most iconic buildings in Durban and sees many tourists and locals. I'm really excited to do this pair of shoes for them, and I hope that it fits in with their vibe and their feel, and it's a successful display for my product. I'm just going to set up. But today, like you can see, is pretty grey and dull, but I'm still going to paint it in its usual sunset glory with a whole lot of reds and oranges, and hopefully it turns out really awesome. So I started this shoe at home. It takes really, really long, and I don't have a lot of time here to work with. That's why I started it a bit earlier. But from here on, during the watercolor skies, it should be pretty quick. Pretty often I have a business.
Around in Durban?
Yeah.
So you don't have any branch in Joburg because I'm from Joburg?
No, I courier to Joburg though.
Everything is in here?
Yeah.
Email and everything, okay, now I can see.
Everything is here.
I'll give you a shout, I'll wring your neck, and then after that we'll communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
No, thanks.
That's it. Okay, I'm just putting the final touches in on the first shoe. It's just some clouds in the sky. There we go. First shoe done. So I'm going to start adding in the same sunset here on this shoe.
She can go like this for hours. So I'm not surprised. Doesn't cost a fortune, right?
The designing, the actual painting starts at 300 Rand. And then it goes up and down from there. So aside from the cost of your shoe, just add on the shoe cost. And then it usually stays within 350, 400.
Yeah. Which means then, if ever I need those, I have to contact you.
Yeah. There you go.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Just putting the final touches on the edging. I don't see anything else that needs to be fixed. Thank you for letting me use use your premises here at Moyo to do my little talent showcase. As a token of appreciation, I've painted Moyo and a little lady on a pair of shoes for you guys. I hope you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So look at this. This is great, eh? Just check it here. It's a beer. Wow.
I'm sure you guys are used to seeing that Moyo as opposed to the cloudy Moyo.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can see, like, the
That's
actual
the way it is.
picture.
This is it.
This is beautiful.
Look at this one with the first painting. Look at this.
And how long did it take you to do all of this?
Altogether, this took me about 12 hours to do, but I was only sitting out here for about 5.
Wow.
This is awesome, man.
We're going to put it on the display there, and then
awesome.
so that
amazing.
our customers, they can also come and have a look, and I mean, they're going to love it.
So we really appreciate this, eh?
Thank you.
Great art, eh? Yeah.
The street culture and the sneaker culture in Durban is growing quite strongly. And the look and the need for individual and unique signature bespoke pieces, Dhiantha fills that perfectly.
I can just see great things happening for her in the future, just expanding a little more. The success that she's had so far has been great. I can just see it going even bigger.
I think she could take it quite far. I know the ladies absolutely love these, and who wouldn't like a custom pair of shoes?
We're just hoping that she's able to take it into the broader marketplace.
I know she got a few requests from stores to actually keep her custom Tommies in their store. So yeah, I think she'd do really well with it.
She's quite astute at the social media part of things. She's set up a Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram.
Well, right now, Laced is sitting at a sneaker design level, and it has to sort of simmer there until I'm done with varsity. Because what I'd like to do is turn it into something that's more surface design based. So if someone comes to me with whatever, like a skateboard or a surfboard or whatever they feel like, I can say that I can put something that's my design on there.
What makes Dhiantha 100% youth? Her personality, everything about her. She's this young, bubbly, energetic, exciting, talented individual, and she has so much of potential. Literally, she can take her skill and her talent anywhere in the world.
I'm extremely proud of my daughter. The fact that she could actually conceptualize and create this product, market it and manage it the way she has is phenomenal.
I think that to not be afraid to put your stuff out there, because at first, like, when you do something, you think that it's not that great or no one's gonna like it, or it's just like an average idea. But until you put it out there and let other people judge for themselves, you don't know how your product is going to be received. So I think the biggest step and the biggest fear to overcome is to actually put your product out there, put your work out there, make sure as many people as possible can see it, and you will grow as an artist, and your product will grow into something that's working for you, working for the product, and will eventually become successful.